Hey everyone, Tony here, JP Wisco back with another video for you. So let's check out what I've got for you guys today. First up, I've got this post-serial Forrest Gregg. You know, I love these postcards. They're very affordable, relatively speaking, and just such a nice variety of players. I really recommend them if you want to add some cheap vintage cards to your collection, or I should say pretty affordable vintage. Now, obviously, because these are hand-cut, a lot of them are kind of, kind of uneven, but, if you can get a nice evenly cut one, too, they look really nice. So, I'm getting into those postcards. They're such a great, they're just such a great way to add the affordable vintage to your collection. So, and speaking of affordable vintage, although you might not believe it, I got myself a 1956 Topps Warren Spahn in the coveted GAI VG3. No, obviously I'm kidding. I'm sure, but at the end of the day, I'm sure this card, GAI used to be a pretty reputable company, if I'm not mistaken, and it's just like, I bet if I got this card in like an almighty PSA 3, it would probably have been more than like the $30 I think I paid for this card. So, and I got this really neat Sadaharu O Colby card. This is from 1979. And this is one of the title holders insert cards. And Colby still does this insert series in their their sets to this day. So this one shows that O was won for the 18th time a Best 9 award. Which I think is more or less just like the first team All-Pro, if you were going to use a football analogy. And then something called the Diamond Grab Award. I assume that's defensive related, probably, kind of like a Gold Glove. Apologies for not actually knowing that. I know it would be very easy for me to check. So yeah, there's that. I really like that this card has like the trophy on the bottom there. It's kind of like the Rookie Cup cards. It just gives it a little something different that just makes it pop. I really like this card a lot. All right, and then I've got some really cool. These are not cards, but I do want to show you first some of these vintage. I got a couple vintage yearbooks for an absolute steal, and I found them here in Japan. I didn't order these online or anything. So check this out. I've got a 1953 St. Louis Cardinals yearbook. And this thing just has some beautiful art on the front. And you've got to love the 50s advertisement on the back for television and radio. So yeah, this is obviously being pretty gentle with this. I found this here in Japan. As I've said, maybe if you watch my channel regularly, sometimes I go to like vintage book fairs here. And I found these there. I think this one was $15. So here's a picture of Stan the Man right there. So I think I paid about $15 for this one. And see, you can also see it has a profile of all the players and their numbers for that year, for the year of 1953. Who won the World Series in 1953? Probably the Yankees. It had to be the Casey Stengel Yankees. Right. Yeah, so that's cool. And the next one, as cool as this one is, the next one is even cooler, at least in my opinion. So I also got, and this one was also about $15. And I didn't even try to negotiate with the seller because I thought these were a steal at $15. Kind of like he didn't know what he had. Here's a 1969 Mets yearbook. And of course, you probably know that 1969 was the year the Miracle Mets won the World Series. This book, oh yeah, and I gotta show the advertisement on the back. This is for Rheingold Extra Dry. Look for the sign of a great beer, the Rheingold 10-minute head. And I could make a joke there, but I'm gonna fight the temptation. So, yeah, shout out to John Mangini if you're watching. I remember one time you showed a bunch of magazines and they all had like cigarette ads on the back. This one's a little more neat with the cartoon and the beer, I think. The ad, that is, not the entire magazine. So, one thing that is really cool is that this one has color pictures in it. It's got a ton of color pictures, beautiful photographs. If I can find it real quick without wasting too much time. Well, I'll show this. Here's the team picture. How cool is that? Who can you spot in this picture? I see Yogi Berra down there in the front row, among others. So, yeah. Oh, I checked out this baby Nolan Ryan. Baby Nolan. And the Mets traded him away. I don't know why they did that. Might have been as dumb as the Falcons trading Brett Favre. So one neat thing I really want to show you on this one is you probably know that a lot has been made recently of the fact that the Miami Marlins hired a female GM. And so a lot has been made of that. But did you know that in 1969, the Mets had a female president? Maybe you didn't know that. So Joan Payson was a partial owner and the president of the Mets during this time. And in fact, she was instrumental in bringing baseball back to the National League after the Dodgers and the Giants left. She was instrumental to bringing baseball back to the National League and back to New York City, in the National League, I should say, because the Yankees were, of course, always there. So if you don't know about Joan Payson, yeah, look her up and read a little bit about her. It's pretty interesting. So don't know if you knew that the Mets had a female president in the 60s. So that's that. I mean, I could show you all these pictures. You know, I could go through this for a really long time. It'd be fun, but I don't know if you want that. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some other magazines. And these are ones that I've had laying around for a while. These are Japanese magazines, and they are Number magazines. So Number is kind of like Sports Illustrated. It's kind of like the Japanese Sports Illustrated. Here's one from 2017. Commemorating Ichiro's 3,000th hit in the major leagues. So this one, it also has a cool Ichiro advertisement on the back. It says, congratulations on 3,000 major league hits. So this actually has a complete record of every single Ichiro major league hit. So if you want to go through that, it's several pages long. It tells the exact date, the opposing team, what inning, the count, pretty much every piece of information you would want to know about every single Ichiro hit. And these two also just have beautiful photographs in them, so there's Ichiro wearing the Jackie Robinson Day 42. All right, and then a quick couple more here. I have two Number magazines from Shohei Ohtani's rookie season from 2018. So I have two, one from the beginning of the year. So this is Dream Opening, and it's covering Ohtani, basically his first days in the major leagues, which, if you remember, were very eventful. He was doing the two-way thing for like a month. He was kind of doing like what he's doing now, but then, of course, he got injured. So this is from early in the year, covers the beginning of his season, and you can see they've got a nice write-up. I assume you cannot read Japanese, but it's a nice write-up on Babe Ruth in 1918. So talking about Babe Ruth's 1918 two-way season. So really cool. And then very quickly, I have for you the Number magazine. This is from October, so it's the end of the year. It's kind of a 2018 retrospective of Ohtani's rookie season, his Rookie of the Year winning season. So, yeah, I mean, this one, it's kind of a similar thing. Here's everything you wanted to know and didn't think to ask about Ohtani's 2018 home runs. I also got a write-up about, like, Yusei Kikuchi and just some other sports, too. So, all right, guys, well, that's all I got for you today. As always, thanks for watching. Peace.